welcome back to my channel. It's Janet here, and in today's video we're actually going to be talking about packing. It's the most important step in the entire travel process, if you ask me, in my opinion, right? Because listen, without packing the proper items that you need for your trip, wherever you may be going, your trip isn't going to be successful. Or I mean, it could be, but you want to make sure if you do miss a couple of items, you can always pick them up someplace else. But for the most part, it just alleviates that level of stress that you have associated with, oh my God, I forgot this, I forgot that. If you are planning your packing and everything is situated and you are confident and ready to walk out the door and get in that taxi, head to the airport, then everything else is kind of like on the back burner. You're gonna have a great trip, you're gonna be confident, you're gonna be calm, cool, and collected, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day. So let's go through some tips and tricks that I use. And before we get into that, I would invite you to like and subscribe if you are interested in my content. You like it, make sure you're putting on that notification bell, because you'll get updated anytime I come out with a new video. So thank you for that. And without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm going to share a couple of tips and tricks with you that I use now, like religion, just because I've had bad experiences packing. I used to have a very bad anxiety and stress related to packing for a trip. Business trip, personal trip, it doesn't matter. I was stressed all the time. Just even thinking about it, I would put it off, procrastinate, just because I was getting this fear, this anxiety. My hands start sweating, I start freaking out a little bit. And I have no idea if I'm the only person that ever has gotten this, but if you're out there and you're watching and if you had the same thing, then you are not alone. So kind of to get me out of that space, because we did have a bad experience, and just to cut to the chase, I ended up packing my suitcase, unpacking the night before at like 2 a.m. because I was afraid that I packed too much. So then I underpacked, and then I put stuff in that I don't know what I was bringing with me. When we finally got to our final destination, which happened to be a Caribbean cruise, I unpacked when we got to the cabin and realized for a 7-night cruise, I only had enough clothes for 3 days. Thankfully, I brought like 20 pairs of underwear, so I was set there because I did overpack, but I had to go out in one of the ports, and I got some t-shirts and shorts, and I was okay. And thankfully, I was able to do that. I was in some place that, you know, I couldn't get to a store or anything, but after that, I said never again. I am going to make sure that I am prepared, I'm packed, everything is as efficient as possible. So when I walk out the door, headed into that Uber, on my way to the airport, I am not stressing about, what did I forget? Did I pack this? Did I pack that? No. So I don't go through any of that anymore, and I'm going to share some of my tips with you now. So number one, where are you guys going? First things first, you need to be making a list. So obviously you select your destination, you know where you're going to be headed to. If it's a cruise, maybe you've got a couple of different locations that you're going to be headed to for the duration of that trip. So you want to kind of just make lists on each day what activities that you're going to be doing. You know, if it's just a total beach day, you know, swimsuits, cover up, that's pretty much all you need. Shorts, t-shirt, it's fine. But if you're going to be doing a nice dinner that night, you're going to need clothes for that, shoes for that. So kind of thinking about your wardrobe and your footwear that you're going to be taking on that particular trip. If you guys are going to Europe, let's say, a lot of walking intensive over there. So you want to make sure you've got the right walking shoes. And then again, are you doing an opera in Paris or maybe Italy? Making sure you got the right evening clothes to men or women. Make sure you got the right evening clothes to go out in the town with, right? And just being comfortable too. Maybe you need to bring a backup pair of shoes or a couple of pairs. Thinking about luggage also when you're thinking about your itinerary, And if you are taking regional flights anywhere, especially within Europe, they are more stricter on size limitations when it comes to carry-on sizes. So make sure you're looking at that. I've recently flown with Ryanair, and I have an upcoming trip on Aegean, and I know that they are a little bit more strict as opposed to the US domestic flights where you can kind of get away with a little bit of bigger carry-on bag. So just keep that in mind when you're flying, and also the weight restrictions as well. They're really super strict over in Europe. So they're strict here in the US as well, but I think you get a little bit more leeway with some airlines than others. So keep all of that in mind, and if you don't have one already, it's really helpful to get a personal luggage weight at home, just so you're not stressing until you get to the airport figuring out how much things are going to cost. They have those handheld weights. You can always pick them up in Target. You can get them on Amazon too, so keep that in mind. So now you've got your itinerary, you've got your list, all your destinations of all the activities that you're doing. Now you can really start to get down to the brass tacks and start planning out your clothes. So number 2, planning out your clothes. So I like to go up on my bed, take everything out of the closet, drawers, and figure out what I'm going to be wearing for each day. So lay everything out. I typically will, if it's been a while since I've had it on, I try it on just for good practice, good measure. Want to make sure that when I get to my trip it actually fits and I can wear it and I don't look crazy. So make sure you're just trying your stuff on real quick if it's been a minute since you've been in it and you've maybe had a weight loss, weight gain. Hey, we've all been there, right? So make sure you're trying on your clothes on anything that you're going to be bringing with you. So number 3, so now you've got your clothes laid out, you know what you're bringing on each particular day for your itinerary. Now we need to get into how we're going to pack it most efficiently. So listen, for years and years and years, I was just packing straight up right into the suitcase. But then I discovered packing cubes. These are like a game changer. I can't even tell you. You know, they come with different sizes. You can get full packs. This one actually is for bras, underwear, and socks. This pack comes with a shoe bag as well. This one comes with a bag for t-shirts, long shirts, and pants. I have another one for the same, that fits the same. This comes with, you can put vests, small jackets, and pants in here too. So this is a little bit bigger size. I've got a toiletry bag. Now I already have a separate toiletry bag that I'm going to show you in a minute, but hey, this is good for overflow. Maybe you have the main toiletry bag and your traveling companion or a family member or a friend needs an extra one. These packs come with an extra toiletry bag, so that's good. And it also comes with this laundry bag, and yeah, I don't know whose laundry that's fitting, but it's not mine. So lovely. This doubles for me as a shoe bag. I get about 4 pairs of shoes in here. So that's what I will be using for my shoes. But for a laundry bag, just a little tip, I end up using a garbage bag. I take a couple of garbage bags from home. I just stuff it into my suitcase, and when the time comes, I have dirty clothes, put them right into the garbage bag. So it makes it super easy. By the time we get home, just unzip my suitcase, take the garbage bag out, throw it right into the wash. And you're not overwhelmed with smell when you open your suitcase. At least everything's in there and it's got that nice fresh scent depending on what garbage bags you buy. So think about using that next time you're traveling for laundry. So the next thing that I want to discuss with you guys is how are you packing in those packing cubes? So you could just, fold your clothes flat. I do a combination. So to save room, I typically end up rolling a lot of my clothes, but depending on what it is, if it's a dress, or something like that, I will pack it flat. So, rectangularly fold it into a square or rectangular. But I also like to put in there tissue paper. So if you are rolling it, you don't need the tissue paper. It usually just alleviates all the wrinkles anyway. But if you are packing it square, rectangular shape, anything where you're going to be folding it together, I would recommend putting some tissue paper, one piece at least, in between. It just helps with wrinkles. So if you didn't already know that tip, hopefully that helps you. Now, another tip. So, number 5, toiletries. This is my toiletry bag. I love and adore this bag. It is absolutely everything. We do cruise quite a bit, and I will tell you this absolutely comes in handy when we are going on a cruise because, as I'm going to show you, it unzips, and when you unzip it, it opens up, and you can see right here, got it upside down, but you can see here the hanging piece. This goes right on the back of the bathroom door, or maybe there's different hooks within the cabin. You can hang it up, but it is absolutely huge. It's really wide, so you can get things in there. I mean, I've got a whole bottle of suntan lotion in here. This is actually from our last trip. I didn't really take anything out as of yet, but you can see how big it is and how much stuff it actually fits. And again, really big containers in here, so when you're opening these things up, you can fit full size. Like I said, I have a full-size suntan lotion, but you can fit full-size shampoos. We had gel in here, my husband's gel, deodorant. Yeah, so these do fit quite a bit, right? And if you guys are interested, just message me and I'll let you know which bag this is. I did buy it on Amazon, so I could always put the link in down for you if you guys are interested and you're looking for a good toiletry bag, but I absolutely love and adore that one. So next thing. Ladies or men, okay, now I'm discriminating here, not at all, but anybody who travels with a lot of jewelry like I do, every night, every day, I like to switch it up a little bit, right? So put another piece of jewelry with my outfit of the day. That's just me, and along with that, I need to organize my jewelry. I need to be able to put it somewhere and not a Ziploc. So yeah, they get all wrinkled and tangled, and you don't want that. Anyway, I've got this really great jewelry pouch that I use. So this is really wonderful. Again, we do frequent cruises, and even if on a land vacation, it's still nice because it's got the hanger, and you can hang it up in the bathroom, you can hang it up anywhere in the closet, and it houses all of your jewelry. So it's got all the different compartments. Everything is zipped up. I just absolutely love and adore this, and I take this everywhere I go, business trips, personal trips, it always comes along with me. So, again, I bought this on Amazon, so I can definitely put the link in if you guys are interested and are looking for a good jewelry case. So, couple of reminders. Now, if you are traveling with electronics, because God, it's 2024, who isn't, right? So where are you putting all of your chargers? I had this case. So it's a hard case. I love and adore it just because if I did want to put anything in here that I was worried about protecting, at least it wouldn't break. It's nice and pliable. It doesn't bend. Open it up. You can get camera cards in here. You'll see it's got pocket on this side. Over here I have my headphones in there. I have one of my chargers, but I usually put my SD cards in here for my camera. For my cell phone, my iPad, I have my chargers. I just fold it up and put it on this side. And then I'm good to go. I usually will just keep this on my person, put it in my carry-on, so I always have it with me wherever I go, and I don't have to worry about it getting lost in my luggage. But definitely get yourself one of these if you haven't already, and you have some place to be able to put your electronics, chargers, and things like that. And this is just a little side note, and I think that everybody should make sure that they have it, depending on where you're traveling too, but adapters. So make sure you are picking yourself up a travel adapter if you are, one, leaving the United States. It's always good to have, even if you are staying within the United States, maybe you're going out on a cruise. These are great because when you do go out on the cruises, they do have those plugs that you can plug in, and you just get an extra space to plug your stuff in actually when you're on the cruise ship. But if you are going to Europe, you want to make sure you're getting the one with the 2 prongs. And obviously just do a Google search. You'll be able to find these anywhere easily on Amazon. They sell them in Target, Walmart, everywhere. But it's the adapter that you would need. You really only need a converter. We'll do your research on the type of products that you're bringing. I think you would need a converter for more of the flat irons, the hair dryers, the potential electric shavers, things like that. You probably will need a converter. For my electrical needs, I'm going overseas an adapter is gonna suit myself just fine. I won't need the other one. And these adapters are really great. I actually got this one on Amazon. It's by Tesson. It's a travel adapter. I'm not making any money from them, but just figured to let you know that that's the one I bought. And if you guys are interested, I'll put the link in down below for you. But I like this only because I can plug my US stuff in here. And then it's got the 2 USB ports as well. So again, just extra space, easy charging, and I can charge like 3 different items at the same time. So I think that's really great. And one last thing well, 2 last things I want to tell you guys about when you're doing the packing process. Remember, luggage gets lost. I've had it happen. Wasn't fun. I had to rebuy all my clothes just for them to send my luggage like 4 days later, right? So it wasn't great. And that was before the time of the AirTags, the Samsung tags. These are the Samsung Smart Tags. This is what I use. And they will be present and in my suitcases. Anything that I'm checking, I'm putting them in here. So these are really great buys. Think about putting these just for peace of mind, honestly, and especially if you're traveling overseas, somewhere out of the States, and especially if you're going for a week, 2 weeks, and you've got all your clothes in there, you don't have money to be rebuying all your clothes or wasting time going to look for new clothes to buy at different malls and everything else. So, you know what? This is like probably one of the best investments you can ever get. So pick this up. Samsung AirTag. It's the Samsung Smart Tag, and the AirTags are for the Apple. So if you have those, and I think that there's another one. It's called Tile. I've also looked into that, but because I do have a Samsung Galaxy phone, I think this is just easiest for us. One last thing I want to talk about when you're in the packing process and you're finalizing your packing and you're putting all your packing cubes into your suitcase. Think about, did you pack your medicines? Medicine is important. So especially, you know, us coming from the US, going overseas, anywhere overseas, you're not gonna find your Tylenol, you're not gonna find your Advil. Over in, I know especially in the UK, because I travel there often, they don't have Tylenol. They have something called paracetamol, which works, people say it works equally well to Tylenol. In my opinion, I love my Tylenol. I find myself taking quite a bit more of the paracetamol than I would with even one extra strength Tylenol. So keep that in mind when you are traveling. Stock up on your medications, whether that's allergy meds, painkillers, whatever it is, any over-the-counter medications, just stock up on it, because chances are when you get over there, you're not going to be able to find it in any store. You're going to be disappointed, and you're going to have to take something that's available over the counter there, and it may not be what you're used to, and I just don't want you guys to be disappointed. So if that's something that you guys are thinking about, traveling overseas, think about that. Well, I think that's it for me on today's video. I hope some of these tips have been helpful for you, at least to help you try to think through the planning process, especially if you're like me, like I used to be, and have that really bad anxiety around packing and procrastinating and waiting to the last minute and then bringing the wrong stuff with you on vacation. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned because, as I mentioned, I'm headed overseas. So this summer, you are going to be seeing a lot of content coming from me. We are going to be traveling around many countries and having a great time. And I am going to be bringing all of that to you guys. So make sure you subscribe, hit that notification button so you can get all of my updates as soon as they come out. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye for now.